The loss of the Frontier and Cardinal puts us in the same situation we had aimed to put Ozymandias in the Thanet. If the Intrepid makes her presence known anywhere in system, we invite an overpowering ambush that would likely prove decisive. The Intrepid will be running quiet until we are at least at Redstad 3. Fighter deployments will be kept to a minimum to reduce risk of Ozymandias tracing them back to our position. The recent setbacks have pushed command to begin a preliminary withdrawal from Antares. We have been ordered to support the relocation of strategic materials to Beta Aquila to prevent their capture by the Hammer of Light. Command's decisions have been leaked to the media and Antares is in uproar. A closed-door emergency session in New Shanghai on Gulnara was called 3 hours ago. Representatives from Antares' major colonies and space installations have convened to respond to the GTA's Antares policies. Griffin reports security forces and GTA units not attached to the Intrepid's battle group are being loaded for bear. We believe hostile action from Gulnara's direction is imminent.
Elements of convoy AB-120, along with GTA extraction teams, are attempting to relocate dual-use equipment to Beta Aquila. Alhambra and Hexamere wings are securing Howl torpedoes and food supplies from Gulnara's orbitals, while Anka is setting up to procure bioengineering materials from Midwinter Station at Thanut. An advance team deployed by the Intrepid has been blockaded from accessing Midwinter, and in one case, from leaving a nearby transport. Alpha Wing from the 47th is being deployed to resolve the situation. Transports Lambda and Omega are already on site. Phi Wing, operated by the station dock workers, has blockaded Lambda's departure from a nearby transport and obstructed Omega from docking with Midwinter. The dock workers have co-opted the station's Phidias drones to run interference for them as well. Admiral Poe has given your unit wide discretion in how you tackle the blockade. Command has invoked the Rush Act, allowing the military to use all due force in removing labor stoppages. Neutralize Phi Wing to let our transports do their job so they can return to the Intrepid. The GTW Flail will knock them out of the fight temporarily, but use of deadly force is authorized from mission start. Tailor your loadout accordingly. ProGov purchased several tons of biofab equipment earlier this month, and Command is demanding its extraction ahead of schedule. Freighters Anka 1 and 2, part of convoy AB-120, are tasked with retrieving this cargo from Midwinter Station's depot. Alpha Wing will cover them should station personnel object, then follow Anka Wing to the assembly point outside the Beta Aquila node. Command is deploying the 390th out of Yuma Station in Beta Aquila to relieve you, but expect to remain on station until their arrival. Dismissed.
Cutthroats, stay alive out there. Good pilots are becoming an endangered species around here.
Same to you, Alwyn. Don't envy you if you jump into Gulnara.
1. Millant know yet if we're facing an Aerothron net too?
Channel went dead 10 minutes ago. Civi networks are still up. They're mobilizing all over Gulnara, so maybe yes?
What are we talking about, if yes?
They'll use the Aerothrons to position their sorties for raids and wave defense. Works well with their older tech. The later models double as mines. You poke them and they literally burst with about 3 dozen Seekers out for your blood. But you can't just leave them in place. They'll keep using them to position their jumps.
The mine's stealth coatings make them hard to pick up on standard sensor suites. Eyeball one, put a good click between you and it, and blast it. Preferably after you call it out.
Don't the bomber squads have their own special pilots for this?
Yeah, but Bomber Command has put the ones still alive up against Holly's caps. We're on our own for mine clears and sentry sweeps. Control, refresh on Greenbark 1. Beta Wing requests status update.
Beta Wing, stand by.
You a little jumpy one?
I downed like 4 go pills this morning. I'm ready to rip the reactor out of the Cardinal with my bare hands.
Beta Wing, Zutrak reports 6 hostiles. Your mission is go. Enter subspace immediately.
Alpha Wing, transport Omega. We warned the dock workers you were coming, but they won't budge.
We aren't military and we don't answer to the GTA. You're stealing our livelihood from us. You have no right. This is Ship Manager Copel to Alpha Wing. We will not permit you to seize civilian property. If you persist, you will be labeled as looters and dealt with accordingly. My ships are unarmed. If you destroy us, I guarantee everyone from here to Golnara will hear of it in 60 seconds. Your rush act be damned.
We should check Firewing for weapons. A scan would tell us if they're really unarmed or not.
Do you understand the Wayward One's game yet, Terran? During the final battle, if humanity had been as divided as us, you would have the pain of sorrow, rather than the ache of uncertainty. Osmandius targets you, because he trusts your kind can never believe as we do. Can you stop him, Terran?
Disintegrations per second and Becquerel readings are within norms for turn-of-the-century fusion plant. Not enough aggregate radiation for missile payload. No signs of mounted guns. They're unarmed. Picking up spikes on the MEMS, peaking at 50 Honeywells. They've probably got magnetic grapples for moving smaller cargo. Limited range, maybe 200 meters at most. The probe is transmitting, but the signal's too low power for long-range communication. Something else around here is relaying the feed. Same setup as the other TF Ion, equipped with magnetic grapple, probably 200 meter range. Similar power requirements to the ML-16.
Docking path cleared. Omega transport moving in.
TRS Lambda clearing the Maladhara now, moving into docking position for the manufacturing plant.
Looking to add destruction of private property to the rap sheet too. Security has been ordered to shoot on site. You'd best be moving.
Alpha Wing, once those drones are repaired and retest, we really need them to finish patching up.
Scratch one bandit.
Thanks for the assist, Alpha. We're beginning our final extraction mission now.
Alpha Leader, finish inventorying the cargo in the drop-off zone and transmit readout upon completion. Freighter Wing Anka will jump upon receipt. Command out.
Alpha, you are aiding and abetting looters and are now valid targets. Security forces are en route. If you remain here, your fighters are considered forfeit.
Phi Wing on an intercept course. Alpha Leader will try to draw them off you.
This is Omega. We've intercepted time delay activation orders for all nearby sentry guns. Online status in 1 minute. No! Good call! He's trying to force the issue. Alpha, we're transmitting override codes to you. You'll have to scan the guns to establish a connection.
They didn't leave us any choice. It's not enough their Terran command abandons us to the Zods, but now they raid our infrastructure too? Get out!
Anka reporting. Cargo objectives marked and confirmed. Initiating recovery.
We're downgrading Gagul's security clearance temporarily. You're safe as long as you're here, Alpha Wing. Thank you. Transport Omega reporting. Objective secured. Depressurization complete. Clamps released. We're rolling out.
Command, Lambda team reports transfer complete. We're setting course for the Intrepid. Out.
Good. Alpha Wing, the situation over Gulnara is destabilizing. Convoy AB-120 is jumping to the node now. You are to join them as soon as Anka has the cargo.
Anka Wing reporting. Packages secured. Laying in outbound vector for the assembly area. Stand by jump drive.
You got it.
Alpha Wing, lock on to AB-120's transponders and initiate jump.
Decoy beacon, evasive action.
Incoming fighter, this is Antares Federation space. You are surrounded and outgunned. Set throttle to 0, set shield and weapon recharge rates to 0, and expend your secondary reserves immediately or you will be destroyed. Smart move. This is Lieutenant Twomley, 101st Fire Sprites, Golnar Defense Force. Stay where you are and follow our instructions to the letter. Your comrades in the convoy escort killed 2 of mine before we disabled them. Push me and I'll order your people scrubbed. We saw the broadcasts. You don't play well with other people's toys, so you're going to pony up and donate to the Antares Orphans Fund, starting with your convoy.
Subspace activity at the jump node. 4 contacts inbound, Hercules class. This is the Alpha Wing of the 47th Cutthroats, GTD Intrepid. To incoming fighters, identify yourselves.
This is Lieutenant Su Wan, 390th Dam Busters. We are under orders to secure the HAL shipment for defense allocations in Beta Aquilate, under direct orders from the Advisory Council.
Negative, Lieutenant. The materials these ships are carrying are property of the Antares Federation. They're going nowhere but here.
My orders only pertain to the munitions, pilot. The rest of the convoy is none of our business, but Alhambra 1 and 2 are extracting with us.
It seems we've run out of time, Alpha Wing. If you're Poe's people here, you have authority. The equipment I can take or leave, but I demand you order the food shipments and munitions back to Golnara. You have 30 seconds to comply. My government has authorized the use of deadly force.
Alpha Leader, we've got no communication unless jammers die or someone bugs out. Request leave to summon reinforcements. We need help now.
Bravo 1 to all fighters, destroy the GTA launch. Task Watchdog to support, weapons free.
Dam busters to Alpha Wing, we're coming in full burn. I have Sapid 1 on standby to clear those mines. Hang in there.
Switching power to weapons, engaging.
Delta Wing, 47th Cutthroats. GTD Intrepid. Reporting is ordered. We're on your wing, Alpha 1. They're killing everyone. Fire sprites, fallout, contingency pads. Move.
Switching power to weapons, engaging.
Alpha Wing, contact re-established. We're receiving your uplinks now. Analysis in progress. Stand by.
You had me going, pilot. Thought you were going to fold to those yokels. If they had any clue how to run a system this populated or fight a war, maybe they'd still be alive. We did them a favor.
Affirmative, sir.
My wing was patrolling the other side of the node when Yuma ordered us here to check on the convoy. Your scheduled relief was just being sorted when we jumped.
Command to Alpha Wing. The convoy escort is still down a wing. Remain on station until all relief has arrived.
AB-120, resume course flying speed. Dam busters form up on Alhambra Wing.
Alpha Wing, we're using Recovery 1 to pull Iota and Gamma from the field. Support ships are available.
Affirmative, sir.
Fire in the hole! Multi-warhead launch, fuse is lit. Sapad 1 on station, redirecting primary weapon power to remote suppression. We're jamming tracking systems on all Arothron mines out to 5 kilometers. The best part of this job is the pretty fireworks. Scratch 1 Arothron. Position and destruction logged.
Terran fighters on scope. IFF codes rejected. Convoy ships maintain formation. Athena bombers are drawing fine solutions on the convoy.
Mine detonation. Recording secondary munitions release.
You got it.
Power to weapons,
Engaging enemy.
engaging.
Confirm connection with UXO. Spike, spike, spike. Command, Sapad 1 here. Field suppression rendered. All spikers cleared. We're returning to base.
Affirmative, sir.
We're bugging out. Keep the peace, cutthroats. Dam busters out.
Convoy craft are secure and all mines cleared. Alpha Wing, get out of there and return to base.
All convoy craft reported in at Yuma Station, condition green. The Admiral is grateful you were able to keep our people safe, and Beta Aquila is pleased their demanded cargoes arrived intact. We regret the loss of life necessary to achieve this outcome, but the Admiral believes your command decisions and tactics during this mission were sound. Exceptional job, pilot. While you were away, efforts to negotiate a bilateral security agreement with Antares collapsed. Before Beta Aquila could lodge a formal protest over today's incidents, Gulnara demanded the provisional government transfer all local civic and military powers to leaders in the Antares Federation Party. If Beta Aquila fails to comply within the next 48 hours, all GTA assets in system will be considered forfeit. It appears the government on Gulnara is prepared to do Osmandius' bidding if they think it will buy them an absence of war. All right, take your seats and listen up. With the Antares Federation taking hostile action, our position has been greatly weakened. We can't hunt down the Cardinal and the Frontier while still holding the Feds back. The Admiral is working something out to take the fight to Osmandius himself. However, the Admiral has requested that we find a way to buy him some time for the upcoming operation. The Intrepid is currently jumping from dead zone to dead zone in order to evade confrontation while repairs are made. It's not too hard to evade long-range scopes and sensors, and the Feds know it. Our scouts indicate that they are prepping Atlantis carriers to weed the Intrepid out. For those unaware, Atlantis carriers are used by Gulnara Research to launch probes into the furthest reaches of systems to map, chart, detect, and perform any number of scientific tests. Unfortunately, they are going to use the probes to pinpoint the locations of our fleet. If our ships are discovered, they will certainly make those positions known to the public, which in turn promises HOL attack, or at least a Federation raid. We cannot allow that to happen. Gulnara Research has 4 of these carriers in system. We intercepted transmissions to IKEA requesting several more, but our intelligence puts that delivery at several weeks out. If we can take these 4 carriers out of commission, that should give the Admiral all the time he needs. The carriers are currently under heavy guard while they are being loaded with the probes. Our information suggests that they will be ready with their operation in a matter of hours. The 309th will track the carriers from there. Once we know when and where these carriers are going to be deployed, we will send in the 47th to take them down. This operation must be swift. The carriers will have light escort under the guise of a science op, but once the Feds figure out that we're onto them, they will certainly raise the stakes. We'll control your nav computers from here and upload coordinates to each carrier as they become known. You'll need to jump in, destroy the carriers, and move on. Do not waste time in dogfights, or you may miss a carrier completely. They take less than 5 minutes to deploy their entire payload of probes. Skids up at 0200, so set your loadouts and get going.
Command, Alpha 2. We've got a visual on the target. It's actively launching drones.
Targets on. Confirming 4 Federation Valkyries escorting the carrier.
Acknowledged, Alpha. Lethal action is authorized. Take down that carrier. The next one should be in position in about 3 minutes.
Alright guys, we're on the clock and we have no way to jam transmission. Take down the Valks, then concentrate on the carrier. Let's move!
The escort is down. Focus on the dropship.
We've got him, sir.
Alpha, we're estimating the number of probes that have been launched and sending it to your HUD. If that number gets into the hundreds, much of our fleet will be unable to evade detection.
That's our freebie. The number of hostile escort wings is going to be much higher from here.
Good job, Alpha. We are awaiting final confirmation of the next target. Stand by. We've just sent the jump data for the next carrier. Engage your jump drives when ready. The carrier should arrive any moment. Stand by.
You got it.
Be prepared for increased fighter escort. The Feds have no doubt gotten word of our operation.
Yeah, this delay is clearly due to the Feds trying to increase their escort.
The second group has exited subspace. 4 Valks and 2 Hercs. I honestly expected more. Targets on my sight.
These guys are trying to draw us away from the carrier.
One, if you go for the carrier, I'll do what I can to watch your 6.
Moving to engage. On your 6, watch out!
Alpha, the third carrier will begin launching drones in less than a minute.
Support call aborted. Sit tight. We're on our way.
We've got him, sir. sir. We've got him, sir.
The third carrier should have arrived at its drop zone. Pilots, you are running out of time. If you can't finish off this carrier in the next 30 seconds, you will have to move on.
The second carrier is going down.
Good work, pilots. You should depart immediately for the third drop zone. We have just uploaded the data for your jump to the third carrier. Move quickly, pilots.
Command, we've got a visual on the third carrier. Escort has nearly doubled.
You have a very limited window, Alpha. Evade the escort and prioritize the carrier.
Don't let him get behind you.
I see him, closing on target.
The final carrier is en route. You must hurry, pilots. Alpha, the final carrier is beginning its deployment run. We're sending you the coordinates. Orbit when you're ready.
The third carrier is going down, Command.
Undocking now. We're clear. The final carrier is ahead, escorted by Hercs and Yuis.
Where is the Federation getting these fighters? They've got to be the stolen craft reported recently. Don't let him get behind you.
I see him, closing on target.
Don't let him get behind you.
I can't evade forever.
We've got him, sir. Seeker 4 is going down. down, Command.
Good work, Alpha. We're sending you the Intrepid's current coordinates. Return to base.
Good work, Alpha Wing. By quickly destroying each dropship, you prevented the Federation from detecting our fleet. They simply were unable to launch enough drones to effectively track or triangulate with any sort of reliability. In doing so, you have bought us all the time we need to prepare our next few missions. The Admiral is proud to have you on his side. With our previous missions a success, we are finally in a position to strike back at the Hammer of Light forces. The goal is to give the Intrepid a fighting chance against the Cardinal. To do this, we must lure away as many HOL forces as possible, including the Frontier. To do this, we will make use of the Heraklion Corridor's unique ability to limit subspace travel and communications. The Intrepid will enter the corridor using a route we are confident is under surveillance. After deploying additional fighter wings, the Intrepid will exit the corridor and run silent to Novigrad. Once the Frontier has entered the corridor, the Admiral will do his best to taunt Ozymandias into a fight. The Frontier and its group must remain in the corridor until their drives recharge, so we must use that time to take them down. We expect to face a numerically superior battle group, so we will be using our enemy's force concentration and ignorance of the battlefield against them. 6 of the Redoubt's artillery platforms have been crewed and loaded to bear. Construction was never finished on the 6, and many of their subsystems were never installed. Because the platforms are essentially deaf and blind, Alpha 1 will be tasked with acquiring targets for fire support. This information will be sent to Masada Control, where it will be relayed simultaneously to all 6 platforms via an ECM-resistant optical signal. Lieutenant McGivers from the 422nd will set you up with several TC-2 practice targets to get you acquainted with the system. We expect the forces pursuing the Intrepid to include modified Nuit-class cruisers APEP and Duat. Intelligence left over in Masada Redoubt suggests their weapons have been modified for higher output. However, they must go through a recharge cycle after long volleys. Use this to your advantage to whittle down the fleet, while the cruisers maneuver for position of their next volley. Additional units will harry the HOL force as they make their way down the corridor. This will involve a combination of fighter sweeps and surgical strikes, mainly directed at the Frontier and her defenses. Alpha 1 will direct the mortar platforms in support of our defending wings. Priority targets will be those that reach Masada Control first, fighters and fast transports or freighters. As the HOL strike force percolates through our defenses, our units will conduct a fighting retreat down the corridor. Alpha 1's focus at this stage will be the destruction of HOL cruisers likely to attack Masada Control. Once the Frontier's advanced units have been stripped away, our forces will converge on the destroyer for the final attack. We must destroy the Frontier before she can open fire on Masada Control.
Alpha 1, welcome to the corridor. Kappa 1 will be showing you the ropes of the Masada missile platform. He's over by Crate Formation Super. Check your escort list if you get lost.
Intrepid, transport Graham. We are en route to you now with the last of the Masada personnel.
Understood, pilot. Tower reports launch deck ready to receive. Hell, plot outbound vector. Jump coordinates validated. 20 seconds to departure.
Alpha 1, this is Lieutenant McGivers. Welcome to Forward Fire Control 101. We're pressed for time, so let's get started.
Echelon 3 here. Masada Control, we're detecting subspace activity inbound.
The fence network is online. We're ready for them. Gamma, get ready.
Alright, Alpha, here they come. Using the salvo targeting may seem daunting, but my advice is to avoid using it against the faster moving targets, and don't be afraid to use your on-board loadout to dispatch targets instead.
Detecting 4 Horse-class fighters. A scout wing. Gamma, destroy them before they escape and reveal the trap.
Switching power to weapons, engaging.
He's on my 6. I can't shake him.
Target locked, weapons hot.
Switching power to weapons, engaging.
Good work, Gamma. Virgo is down. New marks. 1 Aten cruiser and escort. Alpha, you're up.
Alpha, this is your chance. Line up the Aten and unleash a few salvos. Alpha, I recommend you keep your distance from the fight and launch salvos as needed.
Help! He's got me!
I'll need more than duct tape to hold it together.
Capricorn wing has been destroyed. The Khalid has been destroyed.
You got it.
We're detecting heavy subspace activity. The main fleet must be inbound. Gamma, protect Echelon 4.
The frontier has been bracketed. Here we go!
Alpha 1, neutralize those fire ships ASAP. Set lead marker Z plus 500 meters and pulverize them.
Roger,
Switching power
ignoring
to
target.
weapons, engaging.
wing inbound. Watch out.
I'll need more than duct tape to hold it.
Cruiser APEP destroyed. Confirmed kill. Well done, everyone.
Kappa Wing, leave any bombs to the sentry guns. Double up on sirens and make clean kills. Good luck.
Seeing solid hits on primary target. Good eyes, pilot.
Bandits closing with Echelon 1. Aquarius Wing, 6 bulls. Heat 'em up, people.
Help! He's got me!
He's all yours, sir.
Good God, that was close. Pisces Wing engaging at +2 clicks. Out of range.
Multiple impact flashes registered on hostile cruiser. Shots on the mark. Primary targets whole in critical condition. That's another hostile ship laid to rest. Keep them coming, Alpha. We're secure from the fireship threat. Focus on the cruisers, Alpha 1. The fireships have been destroyed. Better late than never. Objective complete. Immediate threats to this station have been nullified. Our next objective is ensuring the destruction of the frontier. We've still got time on the clock.
Alpha 1, threat roster pending. Stand by. Priority target Mechette-class cruiser Tefnut. She's talking with heavy laser turrets and missiles at standoff range. Be advised, runners are rearming from support ship Hedihaw. They're popping long range, then falling back for reload.
Targets on my...
GTT Omega, your mission is a go. Be advised, your zone will be hot.
Kappa 1 here. Multiple bandits engaged and destroyed our sector.
Transport Omega is active. We're making our run for Echelon 4.
Alpha 1, we've got trouble. Transport Wing Jeb is deployed from Frontier and is bound for Echelon 4. Cuck might be trying to beat us at our own game. Destroy them.
I have eyes on 2 ISIS transports approaching our position. Possibly sentry sweepers.
Hostile transports on final approach to Echelon 4. Nuke them now or we'll forfeit the station. You've almost got Frontier below the damage threshold. Hit him with everything you've got.
Copy that. Breaking to attack.
Echelon 2 reporting 50% combat effectiveness and dropping. Get us more fire support or get us out of air command.
You never even saw me coming.
Tefnut to Frontier. Where is the Cardinal? Where is the Kerma? Osmandius abandons us. He values his vendetta with Poe more than this.
All units, converge on the frontier and destroy the warship. Alpha 1, pump every remaining salvo you've got into that fish. That did it. The frontier's going up. Check distance and move.
Echelon 4 to all units. We are online. Defense grid hot.
Alpha, this battle is won. The Admiral requests that you rejoin Intrepid afterwards. Make for the jump area and depart.
Welcome back. Our battle with the Cardinal was a draw at best. Ozymandias fielded a countermeasure to our torpedoes that left us with only blob and flak cannons. We've jumped further in system to buy us time to prepare our response. Command is sending help, but our plans won't hinge on their arrival. The Antares Federation has started blockading the Beta Aquila jump node. Our situation would feel a lot worse if it weren't for telemetry you brought back. The sight of the frontier going up is the broken link in Ozymandias' chain the Admiral was hoping for. We just started broadcasting the video ship-wide and on civilian band frequencies. The cheering on flight deck still hasn't stopped, and the PVN can rest easy knowing their comrades have been avenged. Report to the briefing room. Your skills will be required if we're to check the Cardinal one final time. Our last engagement with the Cardinal was a tactical victory for Ozymandias. While our evacuation of Novograd Station was successful, we took heavy casualties and were forced to withdraw. Damage to astrogation subsystems has forced us to drop out of subspace. We're conducting repairs while we make for the Beta Aquila jump node at best possible speed. Sutrak reports the Cardinal has since departed the Novograd engagement site and is believed to be in pursuit. We expect contact within the next 15 minutes. Ozymandias beat us to a working torpedo decoy beacon by mere hours, and it cost us dearly at Novograd. Our Howl torpedoes were let off course by his fighters, while his Eritrum savaged our battle group. Engineering has signed off on the deployment of our own prototype decoy beacon, and you have been selected to take it into the next battle. A second prototype is being finished as we speak, and will be assigned to Epsilon 1. Like our own GTM Howl, the Vasudans Eritrum sacrifices countermeasure redundancy for maneuverability and superior all-aspect tracking ability. That's what makes them faster than our bomber-launched weapons. However, this also makes the Eritrum susceptible to decoys. Your beacon will mask your sensor signature with that of the Intrepids. The beacon draws power from your weapon banks and requires at least a 10% energy reserve to remain active. When activated, Eritrum torpedoes will track you as a target. Keep your shields up and stay within 2 kilometers of the Intrepid, or the decoy will lose its effectiveness. Ozymandias' torpedoes won't be able to reach us, but ours will be equally ineffective as long as his decoys are in place. We're counting on you to help us maintain a fighting stalemate in the impending engagement. Ozymandias still has a meager reserve he can call on, and we expect him to throw them into battle against you. Until we can get Epsilon Wing in the field, things are likely to be brutal. We'll do what we can to check Ozymandias' fighter corps by keeping his escort units and decoys busy with our own torpedoes. Once Epsilon deploys with the second beacon, you'll be going on the offensive. Identify and destroy Ozymandias' decoy screen to let our own salvos through. SIGINT will be monitoring Cardinal's fighter bay traffic for any sign of a mass evacuation. Admiral Poe has made special preparations in the event Ozymandias attempts to flee the Cardinal. As the window between launch and subspace jumps could be as short as 30 seconds, we'll have to act fast if Ozymandias' flight is detected. We've earmarked 8 Howl torpedoes with proximity fuses and special tracking instructions for this contingency. Your decoy beacon will switch to an alternate IFF mode that will allow our own torpedoes to home in on you. Use this to guide our torps around the bulk of the Cardinal, so Ozymandias can't use its hull for cover. Once the torps have a clear run of the escaping transports, deactivate your beacon so the torpedoes will reacquire their original targets. Optimal coordinates for this maneuver will be uploaded to you in the event of this contingency. Ozymandias smells blood and thinks he's coming in to finish us off. We need to surprise him as rudely as he surprised us at Novograd. The genuine direness of our situation works in his favor as much as it does ours, because Ozymandias will be more likely to stick around to ensure a kill. Ozymandias' eagerness will be his undoing, if Admiral Poe has planned this right.
Ozymandias has a skirmishing force closing in. 12 hostiles total. Pilots, prepare to engage.
This has been a bad day for you, Admiral Poe. Surrender while there's still time.
I'm not the one who lost a destroyer. The day is still young, as far as I'm concerned. Intrepid out.
Terran forces, do not suffer for the pride of your commander. The Antares Federation is signing the non-aggression pact with the Admiral-elect. Join your comrades at Polnara, or stay here and die.
Taking damage. Some cover, guys?
Scratch one bandit.
Those were 12 of my most faithful pilots. I hope their sacrifice is appreciated in what's left of your defense screen.
Reporting torpedo launch from Cardinal. Multiple streaks inbound.
Here we go. Alpha 1, divert the torpedoes. All other units, reinforce the defense zone.
Very amusing. You have my rapt attention, pilot. Dispatch. Terminate that fool.
Hostiles inbound. Pick your marks.
Priority alert. Enemy strike group launch. Designation predicament. High probability primary target is Alpha 1.
Moving to engage.
You got it.
Bandit on your tail. Evade!
That was an aerodrome impact, pilots. Ozymandias is trying to overwhelm our defense through sheer number of projectiles. Faulty tracking on outbounds. Fishes 1 and 2 astray. Enemy decoy screen active.
God damn it!
Targets on my...
How many of those beacons do you have, Admiral? It can't be many. It would be tragic if you lost this one.
Enemy strike group in the field. Designation Pentaware. Alpha 1, you've got incoming. fire directly into the shockwaves, pilot.
Your pilot is a coward, Admiral. The resolve of your best warriors is breaking. Your campaign in Antares is over, Admiral. I can acknowledge this, even if you are unwilling to.
+1 for Mike.
Ozymandias is committing his reserves. Avoid engaging until they bring the fight to us. Keep our screen intact.
On your 6, there's one on your 6!
Moving to engage.
Friendly fire incident on HOL cruiser. Good one, pilot.
I'm losing her.
Alpha 1, we can't sustain under this kind of bombardment. Divert those torpedoes and buy us a little more time.
This is Captain Sirocco of the Antarian Ranger to Ozymandias. Our non-aggression pact with your forces has been declared void. Admiral Poe, do you require assistance?
Affirmative, Ranger. For everything you've got in the Cardinal. They aren't leaving this one.
Your flying debris field is contemptible, Terran. Once the Intrepid has been smashed, Golmara and Vasudans will burn for your treachery.
Cardinal's not out of the fight yet. Ozymandias has deployed a bomber wing against Antares Federation. The Amduit has been annihilated.
Epsilon wing on station. Decoy beacon online. We're good to go, Command.
Confirmed, Epsilon 1. Alpha 1, destroy Ozymandias' decoy fighters. Use any resources at your disposal.
Cardinal, this is the second and last time I make this offer. Surrender or die.
Look around you, Admiral. You've been saved by a pitiful compilation of pre-war novelties, piloted by Terrans who despise your presence in this system. This is what you have become. This is your new reality. And yet, you hope to hold out against the Shivans like this. I have won, Admiral. No matter what you do today, nature will return our species to their destined places in history.
Tracking 0 duplicate sensor profiles. We have solid lock on the Cardinal.
Captain Sirocco to all AF forces. We're going down. I'm transferring the flag to Encarnacion. Good luck.
Superstructure's giving in. All hands, abandon ship!
Alpha 1, priority alert. SIGINT reports Cardinal is issuing evac orders on command and cargo decks. Position yourself for intercept. All units, we're observing heavy activity on Cardinal's hangar control frequencies. We're prepping our last Howl salvo. Cardinal's shedding velocity. This is the real deal. Alpha 1, get in position.
Dvorak to all units. Commencing mortar run on Cardinal.
Evacuation launch is confirmed. Fishes 1 through 8 in the water. Hot, tracking good, Alpha 1. Good luck.
Help me! Help!
I see him. Closing on target. Moving to engage. Silurius here. We've got a plasma vessel breach warning, but I think it's under
Ridiculous.
I see him. Closing on target. I see him. Closing on target.
Taking damage. Some cover, guys?
Enjoy this victory, Admiral Poe. Our years in this galaxy are numbered. My part in decrementing that number is nearly complete.
This is Captain Wade of the AFC Dvorak to GTD Intrepid. Our orders are to escort you and your ships to the Beta Equilate node. For an amicable solution to our crisis, we are standing down from battle stations. We request you resume your original flight plan while you conduct repairs, Intrepid. We are bringing the situation in Antares under our control.
Our primary objectives have been met, Captain Wade. I take it Gonera has enough to chew on without dragging out this particular fight.
Yes, Admiral. Some of the more militant voices wanted me to seize your destroyer. But even if I wanted to, I don't think the odds line up quite right.
On that we can both agree, Captain. Your request does not conflict with my orders. We are resuming our course at best possible speed.
The Hammer of Light's command ship, the HLD Cardinal, has been destroyed. The HOL will be hard-pressed to continue operations in the Antares system from this point forward. Unfortunately, Ozymandias and his officers were able to flee the engagement, as you were unable to guide the torpedoes into position. We are unsure of his future intentions, but with the loss of his command ships, Ozymandias will need to flee Antares until he can regroup and rebuild his fleet. However, we paid a price for this victory. There is little left of our battle group, and the local government is seeking sanctions against Admiral Poe and the GTA. We have little choice but to leave the system in Federation control. The Antares Federation have agreed to sign a non-aggression act with the GTA, on the condition that the GTD Intrepid is reassigned. GTA Command has ordered our battle group to Delta Serpentis, pending an investigation into the events that occurred here in Antares. Leaving Antares in the hands of the Federation was a far greater option than surrendering the system to the Hammer of Light. This is a victory, pilot. However, bittersweet.
When our children reflect on these moments, how will they view us? Our actions control the course of the future, but we live in a time where our choices reflect little of what we have overcome. I can't help but think that we are blindly walking on a path that has already been laid out. Like a music piece, we follow a pattern to an inevitable ending. History taunts us as we move toward our fate. Are there so few that desire a future better than the legacy we inherited? It is as if we are a lost generation, with little interest in our fate. We make our choices, but our options are dictated by time. Only when our enemies return will we be able to judge our actions. We are slaves to our circumstances. Amidst the chaos, all we offer is silence.